Alright guys, so today we have something a little special. Today I'm going to be doing my very first character kit breakdown ever on the channel. And if you guys didn't know, if you go into the gallery, where that is, yeah, right here, Crossing the Stars, and you will see that Iuno is here as well. The reason Augusta is locked is because I'm skipping Augusta. I kind of want to get Iuno first, but I am trying to get Shorekeeper. But let's go ahead and take a look at Iuno and see what she brings to the table. That's pretty good. God, that's something. Anyway, let's see what she does. Attack with Moon Ring, dealing arrow damage, deal arrow damage. Dodge, counter, attack with Moon Ring, dealing arrow damage. Moonbow basic attack, Iuno will enter the lunar cycle, new moon by casting heavy attack. Flux, Moon Ring, when in this state, Iuno will attack with the Moonbow. Attack with the Moonbow, dealing arrow damage. Moonbow dodge counter, attack with Moonbow, dealing arrow damage. So she seems like a very heavy arrow damage attacker. So I'm guessing this will happen after you do the liberation or something, I'm guessing. I guess we'll just have to see. And she... Okay, so she's going to be on crit rate. Well, she has a crit rate weapon that gives her 36, so this should be... What is that? 4? So about 8. So about 8 crit rate, so she should be at 44 with just her weapon in this on her skill tree. Attack. Okay, that's pretty good. Her resonance skill. Deal arrow damage. Closing refrain. After casting basic attack damage stage 3, enter a skill or pulse of origins. Iuno resonance skill is replaced with closing refrain. Casting closing refrain deals arrow damage and activates lunar cycle. When in lunar cycle half moon, Iuno's resonance skill is replaced with unfinished refrain. Casting unfinished refrain deals arrow damage. When in lunar phase, new moon, Iuno's resonance skill is replaced with arc beyond the edge. Casting arc beyond the edge deals arrow damage. So... Okay, yeah, I'm pretty bad at this already. So I'm guessing her phase, I'm guessing that's when she's on that chakram or whatever it is. I'm guessing that's what it's meaning. So, yeah, what does this do? So, she's supposed to heal, and I don't see the healing on here at all. Let's see, take a look at this. The Forte circuit. So, okay, yeah, that's a lot. Iuno can activate lunar cycle by casting resonance skill. Okay, there it is. Closing refrain or resonance liberation. Lunar cycle has 2 states, half moon and new moon. Iuno switches states when she jumps. Okay. Half moon, attacking with moon ring, restoring sentience on hit. New moon, attack with moonbow, consuming sentience to increase damage. So if it's half moon, is that where she's just fighting with her feet? Restore additional concerto energy and heal. There it is. Heal nearby resonators in the team. Okay, that's pretty good. When Iuno's concerto energy is full, her heavy attack is replaced with absolute fullness. Casting absolute fullness heals nearby resonators, deals arrow damage to targets nearby, and conjures a full moon domain at her location. Okay. Resonators inside the full moon domain periodically restore HP and stamina. Okay. Gaining a shield inside the domain grants 1 stack of Blessing of the Long Light, which grants 4% all damage amplification for the receiving resonators, stacking up to 10 times. So that's about 40% damage right there, guys. Iuno restores sentience upon casting intro skill Resonance Liberation, closing refrain or unfinished refrain. When Iuno hits a target in half moon, she restores sentience. Okay. So this is where she's healing the party. Okay, so how much does she actually heal? Okay, so she's healing on attack. Okay. But this new moon and whatever stuff, I don't really. I'm not saying I don't understand it, but I don't know if it's like the new moon is when she's on that because she knows she's on that using that bow. What's this do? Every time cast basic attack, heavy attack, dodge counter, resonance skill, resonance liberation, or intro skill, she gains one shield equal to 32%. That's a lot. Of her attack for 15 seconds. This shield will not be passed on to the incoming resonator. So they just want you to run her with Augusta? So I always... Okay, because I wonder if you have Augusta with if when you go to Augusta, if that shield will still go on to and if shield will also be on. I'm assuming it's probably not, but I guess we'll just have to see when she comes out. When casts intro skill or resonance liberation, she immediately gains 5 stacks of Blessing of the Wand Light. Okay. Receiving Resonator gains 4% all damage implication for 10 seconds, second unit 10 times. Okay, I think we've seen that in the Forte circuit. This effect ends early if the receiving Resonator is switched off field. So do you have to, I'm guessing you have to stay on there for 10 seconds. Okay. Alright. How about the Resonance Liberation? Deal arrow damage and activate the lunar cycle state. Okay, so this is the lunar cycle state. Skill damage, cooldown, resonance cost. Okay, I can share through energy. Intro skill. Deal arrow damage. Okay. Now the outro. Deal 100% arrow damage. The incoming resonator gains 50% heavy attack damage implication. This effect ends early if they are switched off the field. She looks insane, and I haven't even seen her sequence nodes yet. Oh, okay, so you can, okay. Okay, so here's her Forte. That's a really nice Forte circuit. Combat features. Deal high resonance liberation damage. HES. Hess resonators in the team. Is that supposed to be heals? I'm guessing it's supposed to be heals, so they forgot to put the L in there. And grant damage implication to resonators who gain a shield. Consume Forte gauge to boost damage output and gain additional concerto energy. Outro skill amplifies the incoming resonator's heavy attack damage. When is in lunar cycle, half moon, attacks recover Forte gauge on hit. When is in lunar cycle, new moon, casting moonbow basic attack resonance skill, arc beyond the edge, and moonbow dodge counter consumes Forte gauge. When concerto energy is full, can cast a heavy attack, absolute fullness. Activate lunar cycle. Press triangle after casting the basic attack stage 3. Intro skill or resonance skill. Pulse of Origins. Switch between half and new moon while in lunar cycle. Press jump. Summon a full moon domain when concerto energy is full. Hold square. Okay. That makes a lot of sense now then. So to activate the lunar cycle, you just press triangle. I'm assuming when that gauge is full. And then the full moon domain, which I think heals your party, if I remember, when they can share the energy. Okay. I guess we'll have to see how that works out when she's out. But, okay, yeah, she winked at me. Okay, yeah. This is what I'm more interested in, is the sequences. S1, when is in lunar cycle, her attack is increased by 40%. When is inside the full moon domain. She additionally restores 1 point of resonance energy per second. Resonance skill arc beyond the edge and heavy attack absolute fullness become immune to eruption. Okay, so that is really good. That's a really good starter in sequence 1. Sequence 2, resonators in the team with 10 stacks, of Blessing of the Long Light gain an additional 40% damage amplification. S3, when Iuno'S in Lunar Cycle, damage dealt by Moonbow, basic attack, resonance skill, arc beyond the edge, and Moonbow. Dodge counter is amplified by 65% with a certain period after performing Moonbow basic attack or Moonbow dodge counter. Casting resonance skill arc beyond the edge does not reset the cycle of Moonbow basic attack. Looking good so far. Iuno can switch between half and new moon states. Half moon attacks recover 14 gauge on hit. New moon basic attack, resonance skill, and dodge counter consume 14 gauge to increase the skill's damage multiplier. Okay. S4. Casting heavy attack, absolute formless grants a shield equal to 160% of Iuno'S attack to all resonators in the team for 30 seconds, which cannot be passed on to the incoming resonator. What? Okay. That doesn't make any sense. Why grant a shield 160% and then all resonators in the team for 30 seconds, which cannot be passed on to the incoming resonator? She's supposed to be like a sub-DPS support. She looks like a main DPS. S5, Iuno gains 20% resonance liberation damage bonus. That's the S5. This should be like probably up here somewhere. S6. I already see a 1600%. The damage multiplier of heavy attack absolute fullness is increased by 1600%. Upon casting this skill, Iuno enters Lunar Cycle. New Moon gains 100 points of sentience and resets all the cooldown of Resonance Skill Arc beyond the edge. Wow, this is just absolutely beyond broken. She looks incredible. Yeah, Iuno is going to be very, very good when she releases. Wow, yeah. Well, that's going to do it for this breakdown. I know I wasn't very good with it, but it is my first breakdown. But I hope you guys enjoyed this, and be sure to check out the Genshin Impact 6.0 live stream reaction, because I'm not going to be live for it. But I will see you guys next time, and as always, peace.